What is money really? In order for you to understand Bitcoin, you need to understand what money is first. But the sad reality is, most people don't know what money actually is. Most of us will end up spending about 80 to 90,000 hours of our lives working. It would be wise to spend 100 of those hours learning how to preserve the value of your money. If you don't spend the time to understand money, it will be easy to be cheated by the system. The simple definition nobody taught us in school. Money is an abstracted form of our time and energy. What the does that even mean? I'll explain in a simpler way in a second. But money does three main jobs. It serves as a store of value, meaning you can save it and expect your money to keep its value in the future. It also serves as a medium of exchange, which means you can trade it with other people. And lastly, it serves as a unit of account, meaning you can use it to measure goods and services and compare value. Let's go back to the definition of money, where it is an abstracted form of our time and energy. Here is the thing about energy. The first law of thermodynamics states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be converted from one form to another. When we work, we give our energy and our scarce time on this planet. In return, we expect a form of money or energy that we can preserve for later use. But if that money or energy we receive is created out of thin air, it breaks the first law of thermodynamics, right? Here's a real life example. You work a 12-hour shift and earn $300. That $300 represents the 12 hours of your life that you just worked. You can use that to pay your groceries, your gas, your hobbies, etc. If you save those 12 hours of your life for 10 years, those 12 hours should still be able to buy you the same amount of things in the future, right? But because we get paid in fiat money that governments continue to create out of thin air, it becomes impossible to preserve the value of those 12 hours because it is constantly being debased. Basically, printing money steals our time. In order for you to protect your time and energy, you have to find a way to save it into something that cannot be created out of thin air, that does not break the first law of thermodynamics. So ask yourself, is your bank account really storing your time and energy? If we have a limited amount of time on this planet, does it make sense to exchange our finite time for infinite pieces of paper?